England's Lionesses are back in action, kicking off their 2027 World Cup preparations with a mix of excitement and uncertainty, but injuries are casting a long shadow over their shining European Championship legacy. As Sarina Wiegman's team embarks on this fresh international cycle, recent friendlies against Brazil and Australia have unveiled critical insights into their strengths and vulnerabilities. But here's where it gets controversial. Is England too dependent on a handful of star players, risking everything if they get sidelined? Let's dive into the key takeaways from these matches, unpacking the drama and the lessons learned in a way that's easy to follow, even if you're new to women's football. First off, the alarm bells are ringing loudly with the growing list of injuries, and Michelle Agyemang's situation has everyone on edge. During the clash with Australia in Derby on Tuesday, the talented defender suffered a nasty-looking knee injury just 10 minutes before the final whistle. Coach Sarina Wiegman didn't mince words afterward, admitting it doesn't look good. "We don't know yet, but I'm not very positive about what I've seen." This isn't an isolated incident. Wiegman's squad has been plagued by absences since the summer. Standout players like Leah Williamson are still recovering from a minor knee procedure, while Hemp and Lauren James are sidelined. Grace Clinton was out with a minor injury, Jess Park dealt with concussion, and Lotte Wubbenmoy had to drop out early due to illness. Right now, all eyes and worries are on Agyemang, whose potential long-term absence could disrupt the team's rhythm just as they build toward world-class competition. Imagine building a house of cards, remove one key card, and the whole structure wobbles, and this feels a lot like that for England's defense. But amidst the setbacks, there's a silver lining with the emergence of new talent. The Lionesses seized these friendlies as a golden opportunity for experimentation, especially since they have 2 more matches coming up, against China on November 29th and Ghana on December 2nd, to wrap up 2025. With the usual pressure of tournaments off the table, Wiegman rolled out 3 debut caps and gave various players vital playing time to test the waters. For instance, 21-year-old Aston Villa midfielder Lucia Kendall made her mark against Australia and stood out as one of the game's brightest stars. This was her first senior call-up after impressing in the under-23s, and she looked utterly at home, controlling the ball with ease, setting up chances, and blending seamlessly with the experienced pros. It's a heartwarming reminder that fresh faces can bring energy and promise to a squad. Depth at left-back has long been a headache for England, but Taylor Hinds' strong showing against the Matildas, Australia's team, has definitely caught the coaching staff's attention. Meanwhile, Khiara Keating finally got her long-awaited debut in goal against Brazil. Sure, the match ended in defeat, but Keating wasn't to blame for either goal. She grew more confident as the game progressed, showcasing her potential. Other players on the fringes, like Esme Morgan, Maya Letizier, Missy Bokearns, and Aggie Beever-Jones, also clocked in crucial minutes. For beginners wondering what a friendly means, think of it as a non-official practice match where teams can try new tactics without the stakes of a tournament, perfect for giving rookies a taste of international action. And this is the part most people miss. Despite these positives, England's defensive weaknesses are still a glaring concern that could define their World Cup fate. The first 18 minutes against Brazil highlighted the ongoing struggles, as the team often falters against speedy, aggressive forwards and makes careless early mistakes. Jess Carter and Morgan formed the center-back duo in a revamped defense for that game. Both play in the NWSL, the top American women's league, known for its fast-paced style, yet they found it tough to cope with Brazil's rapid attacks. It's like trying to catch a speeding train with a bicycle. The pace just didn't match up. Letizier, who's sparked plenty of debate in this window, began at right back against Brazil but shifted to center back later in that match and against Australia, where she appeared far more settled. But the real elephant in the room is the lack of solid backup for Lucy Bronze, the 34-year-old stalwart who proved her immense value with a goal and an assist in her first 45 minutes back since the Euro 2025 final. Captain Leah Williamson's absence was keenly felt too, not just for her leadership on the pitch, but for her role in how England builds attacks from the back. And here's where controversy brews. Some fans argue that Wiegman's over-reliance on veterans like Bronze and Williamson stifles youth development, while others say their experience is irreplaceable. What do you think? Is it time for England to rotate more aggressively, or does sticking with proven talent make more sense? Shifting gears to the attack, Aggie Beever-Jones has been a revelation, seizing her opportunity to shine. As a young Chelsea striker, she's been firing on all cylinders in the WSL this season, netting 4 goals already. Despite her scoring prowess, she hasn't had consistent runouts for England, even warming the bench at the Euros. Yet her versatility is her superpower, offering Wiegman extra flair in attack. She's adaptable across the front line and has even filled the number 10 role for her club under manager Sonia Bompastor. Starting on the left against Australia, she was England's most threatening player early on, and her goal showcased her diverse shooting skills. "I love playing for England no matter where I am," she shared with ITV. "I don't look at the stats, I just come here and focus to try and tell Serena what I can do." It's inspiring to see players like Beever-Jones rise above the sidelines and prove their worth. Finally, England's struggles in the attacking third during these friendlies were oddly frustrating, given the limited time they had to face full-strength teams. Both Brazil's Angelina and Australia's Alana Kennedy were sent off early for denying clear goal chances, around the 20-minute mark. Wiegman joked, "In a qualifier I don't care, but in a friendly you want to play 11v11 as that's the challenges you have the most." This forced the Lionesses to improvise against packed defenses. They tussled against Brazil, who sat deep to protect their goal area, missing out on chances to level the score. Performance improved markedly in the final third against Australia, especially in the first half, but clinical finishing remained elusive despite their talented forward line. This highlights an area ripe for improvement, perhaps through more training drills focused on composure under pressure, like practicing penalties or quick counters in sessions. For those new to tactics, clinical finishing simply means converting chances into goals, something Brazil's Neymar has mastered in men's football, turning near misses into wins. As England looks ahead to the 2027 World Cup, these friendlies underscore a team in transition, brimming with potential but grappling with fragility. But here's the controversial twist: could this be the perfect storm for innovation, or is it a recipe for disaster? Do you believe England's defensive issues stem from a lack of depth, or is it more about tactical adjustments? And what about the injury woes? Should the FA invest more in injury prevention programs to safeguard stars like Agyemang? Share your opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own take on how England can bounce back stronger.